Hi, boys and girls. It's me, Miss McWhorter, and I'm here with another Andrea Beaty story, Iggy Peck Architect. And I don't own this one, so I had to borrow it from Miss Lane in the library. It's illustrated by David Roberts. And you can see Iggy Peck is friends with Ada, and there's Miss Greer, the second grade teacher. So let's find out what Iggy does. Iggy Peck Architect. And there you can see a crane, and there's a cat. Lots of rulers and pencils. Young Iggy Peck is an architect and has been since he was 2, when he built a great tower in only an hour with nothing but diapers and glue. Good gracious Ignatius, his mother exclaimed. That's the coolest thing I've ever seen. But her smile faded fast as a light wind blew past, and she realized those diapers weren't clean. Ignatius, my son, what on earth have you done? That's disgusting and nasty. It stinks. Oh my gosh, he made a tower out of dirty diapers. Oh. But Iggy was gone. He was out on the lawn using dirt clods to build a great sphinx. Ooh. I think in one of the other books we could see the sphinx in the background on one of the pages. When Iggy was 3, his parents could see his unusual passion would stay. He built churches and chapels from peaches and apples, and temples from modeling clay. So he used all different kinds of materials, didn't he? Looks like the cat's going to go in the apple building. At dinner one night, to his father's delight, Iggy got a bright gleam in his eye, and out on the porch built the St. Louis Arch from pancakes and coconut pie. Ooh, that sounds like a delicious structure to build. It also looks like Dad's chair might be made out of cookies or something. Oh, no, it's just wicker. I thought maybe they were cookies. Oops, my pages are stuck. Hang on. There we go. Uh-oh, look at Miss Greer. Dear Ig had it made until 2nd grade, when his teacher was Miss Lilla Greer. On the very first day, she had this to say: we do not talk of buildings in here. Gothic or Romanesque, I couldn't care less about buildings, ancient or new. She said in her lecture about architecture that it has no place in grade 2. Oh no. Oh, I see some faces I recognize sitting on the bench. There's Rosie, and kind of lost here is Ada. That might seem severe, but she was sincere. From when she was no more than 7, she'd had a great fright at a dizzying height in a building so tall it scraped heaven. On an architect's tour of the 95th floor, young Lilla got lost from the group. There's Miss Greer when she was a little girl. She was found 2 days later in a stuck elevator eating cheese with a French circus troupe. After that day, it's quite safe to say she thought all building lovers were nuts. As a teacher, she taught that above all, one ought to avoid them. No ifs, ands, or buts. Oh my goodness. And there she is, stuck with all the circus people in the elevator eating cheese for 2 days. As you might guess, it would cause Iggy stress to hear such terrible talk. But he didn't hear. He sat in the rear while building a castle of chalk. You, Iggy Peck, your desk is a wreck. Tear down that castle right now. You will not build in here. Is that perfectly clear? Do you need to see Principal How? He wasn't listening. He was doing something else, and she got upset. Although that's a pretty cool castle. No, ma'am, Iggy said. He lowered his head, and his heart sank down to the floor. With no chance to build, his interest was killed. Now second grade was a bore. Look at him. All the happiness is gone for poor Iggy Peck. After 12 long days that passed in a haze of reading, writing, and arithmetic, Miss Greer took the class to the Blue River Pass for a hike and an old-fashioned picnic. Can you find Ada and Rosie? They crossed an old trestle to a small island nestled in the heart of a burbling stream. But they no sooner passed than the footbridge collapsed and Miss Lilla Greer started to scream. We're trapped here! Oh my! Alas, kids, goodbye! Her eyeballs rolled back in her head. She dropped to the ground with a vague groaning sound. Luckily fainted, not dead. So they got to the island and then the bridge fell. You can see Iggy's the last one off, and he still looks pretty sad. Okay. The class was amazed. They stood there quite dazed, uncertain of what they should do. But one bright young man was off hatching a plan, which started with Miss Lilla's shoe. Soon each lad and lass there at Blue River Pass was working together as one. They're getting sticks and shoes. What could they be doing? Oh, but you can see right here, he's drawing a plan. And when she came to, Miss Lilla Greer knew that something quite brave had been done. She looked in the air and saw hanging there a structure with cables and braces, and on the far side, beaming with pride, are 17 smiling young faces. Boots, tree roots, and strings, fruit roll-ups and things, some of which one should not mention, right there, were stretched ridge to ridge in a glorious bridge, dangling from shoestring suspension. That's because it's called a suspension bridge. Can you see all the materials they used? It all became clear to Miss Lilla Greer as she crossed that bridge over the stream. There were worse things to do when you're in grade 2 than to spend your time building a dream. And now she's thinking about what a real suspension bridge would look like, not the one she's on. Now, every week at Blue River Creek Elementary in second grade, all the school kids can hear, along with Miss Greer, how the world's greatest buildings were made. The weekly guest speaker in t-shirt and sneakers talks of buildings from Rome to Quebec. Of course, he's the guy who builds towers from Pi, that brilliant young man, Iggy Peck. Oh, they didn't give us a little secret at the end, did they? Like in the other books. The end. Well, I hope you enjoyed Iggy Peck, Architect by Andrea Beaty.